Oi, mate, I reckon religion is a prank. Listen to me, hear me out. This is the longest running joke of all time. But you don't have to, right? Change your mind. I'm not here to persuade you, win you over to my argument. I just want you to sort of consider the fact that one day, whatever, God woke up, right? And all the sacred texts that have ever been produced, maybe He did inspire them, but can you entertain this idea that maybe it was just a prank, bro, to sort of test your level of intelligence? Now, if you're really intelligent, then you're going to understand what I mean by these sacred texts being pranks. And if you are not really that intelligent, well, your level of intelligence will show. I don't need to tell you that you somehow are slow. You see, God has a sense, a dry sense of humor. And if you don't get it, that it's sort of hard to explain to you what the joke is or the prank. The prank is, and I have to exclude most of the indigenous people around the world that come up with these Dreamtime stories. I grew up in Australia. There is a very beautiful free to air, right, TV channel called NITV. And NITV will always show Dreamtime stories. And whenever I watch Dreamtime stories, right, compared to the Bible, for the stories from the Bible or the Quran or all these other holy texts combined, the indigenous Australians, the Aboriginals, their Dreamtime stories were funny, entertaining, wholesome, and you actually did learn something. There was a takeaway by the end of an episode, and they were always made in this beautiful sort of Aboriginal colors and traditional colors, art. I don't know. You'd have to grow up in Australia. After this video, go watch some Australian Dreamtime stories. Those ones and other Dreamtime stories around the world, I'll have to exclude and say those things are not prank. Those things that we entertain ourselves with, those stories have more meaning than all your sacred texts combined. And this is not, this is sacrilege. How can he blaspheme? You call the Holy Quran a prank? The Bible is a prank? Yes, all of these are pranks, bro. God one day woke up and wanted to test. Oh, hold on a minute. We took the joke too far, okay? So I'm not here all hardly saying everything is a prank when the Roman abused anybody. Before the Roman used Christianity as a tool for power, they were crucifying Christians and throwing them to the lion den. So that part is not a joke. Before Islam grew to billions of people, they were going around, right, recruiting people by fire, by force. So if you didn't join, well, it's not a joke because your head is gonna come out. But yeah, that part isn't a joke, and all these atrocities that happen. The joking part and the prank is things like the flood, or animals, sort of this sort of animals being giants and eating people, and people going into the mouth of fish, and the burning bush, and homosexual being stoned, and I don't know, bro. I feel like the whole Bible is not to be read factually, if it makes sense. It's not to be taken too literal, too seriously. And if you do, it sort of show your level of intelligence. I'm not going to call you stupid or an idiot, but it's kind of like, bro, it's a prank. It's obvious. It's an obvious prank. You would have to be delusional to the fact of how one day the most powerful being, right, woke up, and decided to have the same, if not worse, human attributes as you: jealousy, wrath, vengeance, you know, worship me, sort of this narcissistic mindset. And you went, yep, that's really God right there. He has the same attributes as most of you that pray. I want to make it clear. Although my mother and my grandma were pious, I have never once ever in my life met a religious person. Okay, I have never met a religious man or woman on this planet. They do not exist. Now, when I read indigenous, Indian, Native American, whatever you want to call them, there's something to be learned there. There's something profound. There's something advanced in their teaching and all the indigenous people around the world. When it comes to the sacred text, there's something very arrogant and unchanging and dogmatic about it. And that's the joke, that's the prank I'm talking about. That millions of people fell for the prank, fell for the joke, and genuinely went around outwarding, pillaging uh, people that did not think like them, crucifying, as I said in the past. And these little sacred texts that have now have billions of followers were once a cult, no better than any cult that no better than any small cults. But the rulers of the times sought them out as instruments of power, you see. And so they didn't take them as a joke that where they were intended to be. They became as instruments of power. Try to use one of these anecdotes that you will hear from Dreamtime stories, such as an indigenous Dreamtime story, as an instrument of power. You will not. You will not. And that's what makes them pure, in my opinion. That's what makes uh, indigenous sort of people from around the world and their Dreamtime stories pure, is that yes, you may be able to manipulate people with them, but it's just very hard, bro, because they were made to appeal to your, what the spiritual people call your higher self. So whether you're a child or a grown adult, you can sort of see meaning from reading or watching or hearing a Dreamtime story, and you can then implement what you've learned into your life, you see. But then these religious texts that we talk about, these sacred texts, have serious implication, even though they are jokes. They're just a prank, bro. Many people don't see it as a prank. Billions of people that are followers of Christianity don't see the prank. You see, the prank and the joke has eluded them. So much so that they believe what I am saying is heresy. You see, they do not want to accept that they have, for all their lives, they have dedicated through devotion. And I'm not leaving out the Hindus. Every one of you with sacred texts have fallen for this prank. And I'm just here telling you, bro, it's a prank, bro. No one is understanding. God is out there, over there. It's like, bro, I go to God. I don't believe in God, by the way. I don't not know. I don't. If you want to know my views on God, there's a video I made called God is Irrelevant. Just go PD Cosmos, God is Irrelevant. You'll know my views about what I think about that. I think God is irrelevant. But for entertainment purposes, if we were to communicate and say, God, just tell these people it's a prank, bro. This has been going on for way too long. They don't get that it's a prank. Even if God was to say, yeah, look, everyone, it was just a prank. I just wanted to see like how smart some of you guys are. But the prank went on too long. And yikes, you wiped out millions and millions of people. So I guess the prank and the joke didn't go out too well, did it? Is it? Many people are still believing the prank and the joke. I mean, joke's on you, but the hell is a joke. It's a prank, bro. There is no hell. This can either be hell or heaven to you. That's the joke. That's the prank. And you'd be thinking to yourself, well, what's the prank in that children have to die? What's the prank in that there's evil around the world? The fact that you believe these things are real, that's the joke. That's the prank. You see? The fact that you believe so much and you quote a book with your whole heart or heartily, that's the joke. That's the prank, my brother. But if you don't see the prank and you don't see the joke in it, and you'll still wake up tomorrow, then I can say the joke and the prank benefits everybody. It's beneficial for everybody. The joke, or religion being a joke and a prank, to me is funny. I can laugh about it. The religion being a joke and a prank to a pastor or someone who's an imam or somebody who is a high chief or whatever sacred text. It's beneficial for them because it gives them something to do, so a reason for them to wake up every morning. It gives the priest, the pastor, a reason to make some dough, some money on the side. It's basically Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha have created jobs for millions of people. That's all that there is. The prank has gone on for too long that it's actually taken seriously by some, and they're willing to die for it. Those are the dangers of a good prank. A good prank, right, cannot a good prank cannot easily be told as fake. In the days where prank channels ruled YouTube, people cannot tell when a prank was real or fake until people from behind the scene came out and say it's a prank. Similarly, when the religions was dominating the world, there was no one behind the scene that'll come out and say it's a prank, because you can just use it as a tool for power and get gullible and credulous people to give you things. I mean, it does not serve you well to tell them it's a prank. It's probably best to isolate them, not even let them read it, and you read it and read it to them. Give them hope, soothing words, and they'll give you everything. Get them to close their eyes and you steal everything around them. That's just when the people went to Africa, told the people to pray, drop their traditional gods and all these pagans religions that they had, and all their spirituals, native spirituals, and say, pray, put your head down, and then they stole everything around them. Bro, the joke is on you if you still believe in it. That's all. If you don't believe in it, then it's just funny. There's nothing to do. Like, I'm not here to save you or persuade you otherwise. I mean, the joke is the joke by itself. There's nothing you can do about the joke. It's just that one day we'll all laugh in unison, but at the moment, only a few people behind the scene so that I've been lucky to see behind the scene that this is a joke. And some people don't see that it's a joke. And what can we do? Nothing. It's the best prank, man. A really good prank. God has a dry sense of humor, and most people won't get the prank. I don't even think you will get the prank, even if this video was to slap you in the face with the truth of what I'm saying. So I'm going to skedaddle out of here and see ya.